this word freedom, it comes with responsibility. We must
Definitely.
strive to protect and uphold the freedoms that we enjoy today. This freedom we are all enjoying as citizens of Liberia. We have to strive and uphold and protect the freedom that we have today. This word freedom, it comes with responsibility. We must
Definitely.
strive to protect and uphold the freedoms that we enjoy today. This freedom we are all enjoying as citizens of Liberia. We have to strive and uphold and protect the freedom that we have today.
Hello. Nancy, hope you're doing good.
Yes, I
Oh, compliment of the season, by the way. Yeah, been long since we have you here, but I mean, it's also always good to have you again. Yeah. So, I mean, if you are watching, please share the live. 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 As we await some of our panelists tonight, as you know, the topic is reflection and resolution. Quite an interesting topic, because as we're about to enter a new year, it's important that we use and also have some resolution for next year. So, again, you all welcome to the Good Life Project. We geared towards improving young leaders' speaking, writing, and research skills. So, Miss Nancy, how are you feeling today? Are you there? So, as you know, right, the topic for tonight is reflection and resolution. Quite a very interesting topic. I mean, if you are watching, you may have some ideas concerning this topic because it's quite important that we discuss it because we don't want to enter in next year without any resolution and without any reflection. Because as we reflect on our past, whether success or obstacles, it helps us gain self-confidence and improve our mental health. So it's important to always have some reflections and after you have had that reflection, it is also important to make a resolution. So yeah, I mean tonight gonna be quite interesting topic because with this topic, everybody that's watching will face with it in our daily life. So quickly to business. So Miss Nessie, are you there?
Hello, I'm here.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine.
Compliment of the season, by the way.
Yeah, you too.
Right, that's good. So if you don't mind, maybe you can share your own insights on the topic because I mean it's important that we hear your own introductory part of the topic tonight as we dive through the discussion. Oh, I think she has some internet problem, but however, let's do this. So, as you know, right, the topic for tonight is reflection and resolution. Before I begin, let's firstly look at the word reflection. What do we mean by reflection? Reflection is an introspective process of examining our experience, thoughts, and emotions. It is like taking step of our business of life and taking a quiet moment to contemplate on our reflections, to contemplate on our struggle of life, everything we have been through, to contemplate the blessings of God, how God has delivered us from the trials, from the temptation that we have had over the years. So it's important to have some reflection. It is also about asking ourselves questions like these: what happened? What did I do to get in that situation? How did I end up being this person? Why this happened to me? I mean, these are the questions that we keep asking ourselves when we out to have some reflection in our lives. So it's always important while you are reflecting on your past, it is always important to ask yourself these questions. So the next one, let's know why reflection is important in our life. Have you asked yourself the question is why am I reflecting on my past? Why am I having struggled with reflection and things like that? Have you asked yourself these questions? So, oh, hey, how are you doing
Brother,
tonight? Yeah,
how you doing?
I'm fine. How are you too?
Bless God. I'm so sorry.
Oh
I
yeah.
just getting home. It's not
Oh
an
yeah,
easy
yeah,
traffic. I just called.
yeah. I got you. It's fine. It's fine. We just had Nancy, but I think she dropped due to internet problem. So as you know, the topic for tonight is reflection and resolution. Quite a very interesting topic that everybody watching may have some ideas concerning the topic because I mean this topic it helps improve our lives in a very positive way because before you enter in a new year, you should have some resolutions that you are going to do for next year. So, however, I mean, what's your own take on the topic, like resolution and reflection? What's your take on it?
I mean, the first thing we have to realize what are those things that did not work up this year that we a resolution this year. Because the first thing, if you have a pillow, what to do and what not to do, I call it a daily goal. Um, Almost like a daily plan. Ask yourself,
Right,
these are things to achieve today. These are things to achieve tomorrow. And once you have those things set up, I mean, if you understand that they are not working, you have to ask yourself why it's not working. You have to find another alternative. So, but
Right.
you going to next year with another resolution, you must have where do you want to see yourself next year? How can you reach there? Why do you want to reach there? So these are
Right.
things, I mean, you have to first ask yourself when you answer those questions, meaning you can get a better
Mhm.
resolution.
That's right. That's right. So, what's about you, Nancy? What is your own take when it comes to resolution? Because I mean, it's important that we discuss that it's important as a person before entering a new year. You should have some resolutions. That you'll be able to enter in next year to at least start with. So, what's your take?
Let me first start with reflection
Right.
and purposes. Yeah. So reflection for what I know of, it has to do with is the process of observing as in yourself in order to grow as a person. Like
Right.
it involves being present with yourself,
Mhm.
in your attention,
Right.
in order to examine your thoughts, your
Mhm.
feelings, your actions, and your own motivation. Then it also has to do with it has to do with identifying who you are,
Right.
identify your purpose in life, and what you think you want to do as a person. So I don't know. You can go ahead of the is
Yeah,
there what?
you're right because you're right. Because when you speak about reflection, as we reflect on our past and the things that our struggle in life, we should also like reflection also talk about because if you have some reflection in your life, you always gain self-awareness. You remind yourself of things that you did before that are right or that wasn't right. I mean, you'll be able to reflect on your negative things and your positive things and also be able to learn from your mistakes. So it's always important before you have your resolution, you have to reflect on things that happens in your life, whether it is good, whether it is bad. I mean, we should always do that. So I mean, Steve, when it comes to reflection, how do you see? How can I put the question? Why is reflection important as we cross over for next year?
So the first thing, I mean, to reflect, you must have done
Right.
something before you can reflect. There
That's
should
right.
be, I mean, a prerequisite before reflecting. So why should I reflect? There are some things that I'm into as a person that is not right. I must reflect on those things. There are certain that happen in my life that will serve as a guideline, right? That will serve as a word of motivation to me or a word of encouragement, right? So I reflect on those things that make me to be where I am today, be it positive or negative. So I have to identify those things that make me to be at this point or at that point. So I should take
Right.
myself as a mirror, right? Um, ask myself, put myself on a scale, ask myself, what am I doing? What do I need to do? I mean, what do I want? So once I can answer those questions as a person, definitely my reflection will lead to a positive impact in life. Because trust me, those words had aspect. So everyone wanting the positive aspect, but how? This another question. How can I do it? I must
Right.
have this notion of maybe I want to own a house. How can I do it?
Mhm.
Do I work towards owning a house? What can I do? So once I have reflect on those things that can make me to get a house, I must implement. So just reflect
Mhm.
is another aspect, but you must implement when you after
Right.
reflecting on those things, you must have a space to implement
Right.
and see your dream become a reality. That's the best thing to do.
Yeah, it is important that we reflect on our past. I mean, it is important that we reflect even on our success because it helps us to go forward in life. So welcome, Miss Paco. How are you doing today?
I now. So I can now.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
So I already spoke of reflection. So now I'm about to talk about resolution. So when you talk about resolution, it has to do with a promise that you made to yourself.
Mhm.
That for example, we're about to enter a new year. I don't want to be the same person I was in 2023. I want to be a whole different person in 2024. And I have made the promise that by 2024 I will go to a computer school where I will be able to get a diploma or certificate in certain programming. And that's another promise. Another promise will be by 2024 I must graduate from the university. I must,
Mhm.
setting goals, setting things that you
You're
think
right.
you want to achieve and you know is achievable. Like, okay, this is what I want to do. This is where I want to go by 2024. I don't want to be, I don't want to be left behind like in 2023, just how I was. So you have to set the goals, know what you want, where you want to be by 2024. So just making promises and not empty promises, making promises that will be achievable to your very own self. That's
That's
resolution.
right.
That's
That's
all.
right. Speaking of reflection, right? I mean, we all know that reflection is the aspect or is the our outward expression of us reflecting our past and struggle or things that we passed through, and also having a reflection on what God have done in our life. Because I mean, without God, we could have come this far, as we all know. Say this is always important to have some reflection on our past, whether it's success, what is some obstacles and things like that. It is always important to at least have some reflection because trust me, the study have shown that it helps build your self confidence. It helps, I mean, give you that self awareness that you need in your life. I mean, if you have some reflection in your life, you also have the possibility to celebrate your success. Yeah, many may not know that because I mean celebrating your success as a reflection, it helps boost your self confidence again. So it's always important, as we enter another year, you try to make some resolution and reflection on things that you do and you have to learn from your mistakes. That's another key thing that you should do whenever you are reflecting and making resolution. One thing you should do is to learn from your mistake because many may have the same old thing over and over and again. But I mean, if you are having that same experience over and over and again, and you are not, I mean, learning from it or learning from them, I mean, it's now a resolution. It's just that you've been too stubborn to learn what you are reflecting on. So, Smith, if you may say like entering next year with a very good intention of reflecting,
Yeah.
what are some achievable reflection or resolution you think that as a youth coming or you should make in order for you to see your life differently, in order for you to see yourself being at that peak that you need? So the same question goes to Ed, Nancy, Smith, and Paco.
I next year. Hello.
Hi.
Are you getting me?
Yeah, yeah.
Hello. Okay. All right. So what I will see by next year working personal growth. Uh, but next and to tell you stop is actually today I had the opportunity to go to U campus where I went
Mhm.
and the admission office told me that because of delayed, because action and our run shift, yet and go the one mention on the admission, I have to go and do a train and read on all this stuff. Since 20 had prof for 20 days of this get in school, I mean proof
Smith, I think you're really breaking
though
through.
I mean the young leader that for me. I'm gonna have a right if self-esteem. I want to self in university next year, back in university. I want to see myself doing a very good job. These are things that was work. And I mean, once I got a resolution, how can I handle those resolutions? Like from by February 10th, I must be that's the first, which is 1 month. From February to May,
Right.
in between there, I must be able period I can see in me. I have developed that or guidelines, got a guideline I'm developing. And the next one is that to get more service in the youth community because I feel that that's the area to be. So these are things that I have dragged down that I'm reflecting on to see how
Mhm.
best I can enter 2024 in the young that I'm always
Yeah, that's an important one. It is always important to jot down what
love.
you right. Are you there? Yeah. I think his network is really
I'm
popping.
here.
Yeah, as I was saying, right? I think it is important, as you rightfully said, it is important that we jot down all of our resolution for the incoming year because with those resolutions, we'll be able at least to be on the right path, to be on the right track as we enter the next year. Because the next year, I mean, you should have the mindset, you should have the belief that you are entering next year with a success. You are entering next year
And
to be that change that you want.
show show
So,
and rival. I mean, I have the point that I realize that no one can motivate then you motivate. No one can than you right the word who I am that word who am I that word sounds very common. You yourself as a person, right, as a being, you must find wall who you are. You realize who you are, then you understand that you got a purpose of living. And when you have a purpose on earth, I must work to that purpose. So line you got a plan, you got a resolution, what you want to achieve, you want to see as a young person. I mean, gradually, when you start to work on those things, I mean, life will move on. Life is not a bread and butter thing. You have a cost before you can stay. But I mean, I believe when you were in your closet and you said to yourself, like, I will open an organization.
right.
You never thought of having some of us on your platform. You never
Oh,
even knew that will come on your phone. Young
right.
person, you never thought of some of us as the institution growth of an institution. It will tell you the number of people you have impacted in life. That's the growth of the institution. That's
That's
how
right.
you know how really. I mean, when people calling CEO about title, but you are towards the title of CEO. So reaching a particular you must suffer, but definitely a resolution. Definitely you for a cost. You must be focused because life has challenges. So you will make it may not balance with what life have but change creative.
That's right. That's right.
Must improve whatever way to our I mean way to hinder success, definitely all our resolution, we must stand in a space to fight back. But finding out alternative, I mean, if I want to go to town and traffic is on and $400, which of course could take me to town and bring me back.
Right.
200 from EAW junction, 200 from EAW junction. To you take a $200, ask someone, I'm going to town. Can you carry me down? You will pay 250. Hey, I beg you. I got $200. All right,
Right.
I'll find another space to be behind you. One more to add to it. Let me agree. My 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 achievement or what I want to achieve, I should reach the time
That's right.
that goal to be in school. It's not how I get there, but all I want to do is be in class. And that's the only alternative I have to be in class. So once I have reached there, I will find another way to get back home. So that's the whole of life. The kind of reality about life. All of sweet, I mean, rules and regulation that governs our life. But time things changes. And when things are to change, you must stand to fix it the best way.
That's right. So thank you
Yeah.
so much for your own expose. So let's hear from you to one of the female on the call on the online right now. So welcome Ms. Parker. Like let's hear your own view when it comes to resolution. What is your own take, resolution and reflection? Are you there? Miss
I think she's muted.
Agnes, are you there?
The young ambassador of our Agnes.
Agnes, are you there?
I think
I think her internet.
she's your serial problem.
Yeah,
Network.
I think her internet has a problem. But I'm sure we have to get her back.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you're watching right now,
Agnes, a linguist. You have be facing.
say again. The internet
I
seems
said
really
you have a
bad.
strong ties in Brazil. I mean, network should not be her problem.
Right.
Yeah, the internet is actually bad.
Yeah, I think her internet is really bad tonight. But we hope to get her back. But I mean, if we're combining both reflection and resolution, I mean, in action, we will say reflecting our values. Reflection is all about reflecting on our values of life, reflecting on our personal relationship with our family, friends, and things like that, and even our hobbies. I mean, you may not think that you have to have a reflection on your hobby, but it's also important to reflect on what you do, your daily activities, because it's important because with what you do on a daily basis, it helps guide you into becoming that person you are wanting to be. So it also helps breaking on your personal growth. I mean, as a person, right? If you don't have that personal growth within you, or with that personal growth atmosphere within you, I mean, you really won't understand what you worth and what you value. Because for personal growth and personal development, it proves us or gives us that strength that we need, that high level of performance, and it helps us to know our weaknesses, and so that we'll be able to be at least as we'll be able to at least know our weaknesses and work towards them in a very positive way. So also, I mean, reflecting, if we are trying to reflect, it also help us to overcome challenges and obstacles. I mean, if we always try to reflect on things that happen in our life or things that we are going through, we always, I mean, it helps us to overcome obstacles, setbacks, trials, temptation, things like that. Because you will reflect on them. You would think that this is not the right thing I'm doing. This is not what I want to do. So it's always important before you make a resolution to always reflect on things that you have done or happened in your life. For me personally, right, my resolution for next year will be God's grace, because without the grace of God, we all wouldn't be who we are today. So my first resolution is, I mean, knowing God for my own self. And the second one will be achieving whatever goals that I have in mind, whatever thing that I want to do, I want to see it being achieved, because it is important. You cannot have a plan and at the end of the day you're not making actions or not doing things that you will be able to succeed with what you are doing. So as my own resolution, I hope that God gives me the strength and the actions to make my own resolution actionable and achievable, because it is important. So yeah. And also, speaking of resolution, Smith, as a young person coming out, if you were to advise, your maybe community dwellers or some youth in your community, like make good resolution, what resolution would you give, or what advice would you give to them in order to be able to make a very good and tangible resolution in the future, or for tomorrow, or for next year? Are you there?
The first thing I would like to the first thing I would tell them is that stay out of trouble as a young person. Uh, Learn how to yourself. Be satisfied with what you have, because if you are not satisfied with what you have, definitely you will go into another life that you shouldn't have. So my advice to them, stay out of this one. I do you really want what you want to do it and how can you do it?
Right.
When those three questions are being answered, then I tell you, if you want to do as well, get on a paper, a written document, and work towards it as a young person. If this cannot work, use this as B, right? To see how everything you are capable, if you are relying on people
Mhm.
to do everything for you,
Right.
definitely you have the focus. Definitely you are built mentally. It's true that you will depend because one is an island. You have to have a guardian counselor. Some like some of us that are privileged to get a guardian counselor. So you have so as to the main then doing 24 is that you were doing you believe yourself that you shouldn't done. When those questions then things to do at pressing.
Right.
If you were taking your time to be in that club, look, that club cannot give you any reward. All of the resources you spend over there, not getting in return. The only thing you just get something one black or and become a junkie price around this. So I go license issue what do not make this happen. These are things you need to say to them that will motivate them, and we should not do it like it is forced, because when we start to force them, they will scare away from us.
Right.
So when we know how to do it, we should motivate them around and make life like some of my even Richmond. One time I told Richmond, I said, Richmond, you are a former debater when it George. Oh, that George. So that's how it was. I carry Richmond when he joined King said, you know, it's hard. It's hard to be George, brother. So it's not an easy thing. I was like, these are things you go past. And when you understand it, I mean, George, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. I mean, it is always important, at least, to have some level of conversation with, our brothers, those ones that we called. Um, I don't want to say Zogo, but I mean, we, have some talk with these guys and at least ask them what are their plans for next year, because next year is another age. Next year brings next you. Next year brings a whole lot of different things in stock for you. So it is left with you as a person to recognize those experiences, to recognize those opportunities that are coming your way, at least to be able to achieve whatever you are planning, whatever you have had your resolution on. So as a person, it is always important to at least have some reflecting, like for example, right, it says reflecting on our communication patterns, conflict resolution skills, and emotional intelligence allow us build stronger, more meaningful connections, and so on. Because if we build more meaningful connection with our friends, with our family, with our relative loved ones, it gives us that self confidence, that self love that we need. Resolution then motivates us to practice active listening, express empathy, and work towards mutual benefit solution. If you continue to make your own resolution, you you will have that empathy, you will have that listening ears of others, because you are that innovative person, you are that person who always sees success as a challenge, not as an obstacles. Because as soon as you recognize success as a challenge, not the obstacles, you'll be able to rethink, to shift your mindset. Because before you be able to change your mindset, first you have to shift. Don't be that person with that narrow or that single thinking. Always give room to others for recommendation in your thoughts, because others' recommendation, other opinion on issues are always important. So before you enter in next year, please take reflection seriously. It speaks about personal growth. It speaks about self development. It speaks about professional development. If you reflect on the past, on things that have happened in your life, you will definitely see life differently again. Because if you continue to see life as a challenge, as a struggle, or as a setback for you, you wouldn't be able to go far in life, because you always have that self limitation. And if you don't reflect on things that have happened in your life, you always be limiting yourself, because you wouldn't be able to recognize what you have done or what experiences you have had over the years. So it's always important that you reflect on whatever you have done or things that you are going through. Reflect on them. At least take some time some quiet time of your life and say, ask yourself a question like, why am I doing this? Why is this happening to me? Am I the only person that's going through this situation? Am I the only person that is actually realizing this thing at this time? Am I the only one who's supposed to be successful? Am I the only one who's supposed to be unworthy? I mean, ask yourself these questions because after you have asked yourself these questions, you become or you always be waiting to shift your mindset to cultivate the positive energy to do things that are right and acceptable in the sight of God. So it is always important because if you reflect, you'll be able to recognize your weaknesses, to recognize your strength. And trust me, after you have recognized your weaknesses and strength, you'll be that strong person to say, yes, I'm a victor. You won't be that person to say, oh, I'm the victim of this situation because all you have had in your mind is a positive energy of all you have had in your mind is a man energy, is a real strong energy to do more things. You should always be innovative, learn new skills. If you have a reflection in your life, you'll be willing to take risks. You'll be willing to do things that not ordinary person can see. Life is always about risks. If you don't take risks, then I don't know who you are because life is about taking risks. Life is about taking risks because you don't know what happens to you the next moment you will step out of your house. You don't know what happens to you the next moment you get in that car, that taxi. So life is just all about taking risks. Reflect on your personal relationship with your loved ones, with your partners, with your family members, because they bring about personal growth and development. But before doing all of these things, first thing you have to have that self-love for yourself because before being that person at that personal growth stage, you should have self-love for yourself. These all of these things just come somewhere around self-love because self-love come it bring about self-respect, your value. You have to recognize yourself, you have to know your boundaries, what to do, what not to do. As soon as you recognize what to do, what to not to do, you'll be able to recognize to take yourself as a very hardest thing in life because maybe you have heard so many people call you good for nothing. So many people call you like this one, you won't succeed in life. Don't take note of these words seriously because you have a life, you have a purpose. As soon as you make some reflection on your life and some resolution, some changes in your life, you'll be able to move forward. As soon as you cut that friend, as soon as you cut that people you associate yourself, which bring you or backstabbing in you, backstabbing in the back, as soon as you be able to recognize who you are as a person, always associate yourself with some innovative person, some innovative people, people that are willing to put you on the right track, people that are willing to see you shine, not people who always want to see you do things, do negative things. As a good and humble person in life, always associate yourself with some professional people because while you associate yourself with some professional people, innovative people, you'll be able to learn new skills. You'll be able to improve yourself, to advance yourself. But trust me, if you are with some friends that always see life as a play, you wouldn't learn anything. I have so many of my friends from childhood days till now. They always take life to be like a joke. If you take up, if you look at their life right now, it always seems like a thinking and like crawling around. So it is important to always create that positive change that you want. If you don't see yourself, if you don't create that positive change that you want in your life, nobody else will create that positive change for you. Nobody else. By taking actions, take actions of your own experience, take actions for your own doings. You have to take action of your own life. Don't let no one take action for your life. For you, it is important to take action. Makes the difference in your life. It makes the difference in other life in a very positive way, not a negative way, because you can make a difference in somebody's life in a very negative way by influencing them to do things that are not right. But make a difference in a very positive way. Turn whatever you're thinking, turn your thoughts into actions. Turn your thoughts into actions. If you turn your thoughts into action, you gain that strength that you want, that strength that you need to do whatever you want to do in life. Because life is about gaining confidence in yourself, having that positive mindset in yourself by cultivating that positive mindset, that good energy that yes, I can do this. So it's important. So as we really discuss about resolution, reflection and resolution, it's always important to have resolution, to have reflection. I mean, to have reflection before you give your resolution. Next year is 2024. Have you asked yourself, what am I doing next year? What is my plan for next year? Well, who will I become next year? I mean, you should ask yourself these questions. You should sit in your corner and always realize what you are going, what you are going through, and where you are going. Because these things help you. They help you mentally, spiritually, and physically. They help mold your mind into becoming that strong and that resilient person that you need. It is always important to have that positive mindset that brings about personal growth and self development. The sooner you discover yourself, the sooner you discover who you are, you'll be willing to take risks. You'll be willing to reflect on things that are happening in your life. You'll be willing to take your actions for what they are. You'll be willing to not shift blames on others. Be willing to shift your thinking, to shift your mind, to create your own goal. Become willing to set goals for yourself. Because set goals is always like a resolution. Set goals, set your boundaries, what you're supposed to do and what you are not supposed to do. It is important to do those things. So many people may say, I mean, I'm not at that age yet to set goal. I'm not at that age yet to set resolution. No, you're wrong. You're misleading yourself. There's no age about setting goals. There's no age about setting resolution. The sooner you realize that, the better for you. So it is important that we as a person, we as individual, realize our mistakes. Because if we have reflection, we realize our mistake. We realize our problems in life. And this is why resolution, making resolution for next year or making resolution or setting goals is important. Let's take example, live a life of purpose. What do we mean by if you set resolution, you live a life of purpose? What do we mean? When we align our actions with reflection, we live a life that is true to ourselves and our values. If you have some reflection, you understand that what you do it for you. If you take a reflection on what you do or what you have done, you always have that positive mindset, that mind say, yes, I did this because of this thing. And you have learned from it. If whether it was good, it was bad, you have had that experience and you are waiting to learn from it. Another one says build momentum. What do we mean by if you are making resolution, you should build momentum? What do we mean by that? Each success, each successful resolution motivates us to keep moving forward and achieving more. Yes. That's right. You should build confidence. That's the same as build momentum. Be able or be willing to do things, to take risks, create positive change by taking actions. We can make a difference in our lives, in other life. By taking action, you make difference in other people's life, in your friends, in your family, and loved one lives. It is important that we make resolution for next year as we enter in next year. I'm sure next week is Christmas. Have you questioned yourself, what am I supposed to do? Why should we or why are we celebrating Christmas? Have you asked yourself this question? Christmas is about love. Have you asked yourself that question? What am I supposed to do on Christmas Day? Or why are we celebrating Christmas? Have you asked yourself as a Christian? Have you asked yourself that question? I mean, you'll be always be in that that always be in that moment or that situation to always learn new things, always be in that situation to change, to shift your mindset. Always ask yourself that tough question that cannot be answered easily because they will change your thoughts, they will change your mindset. So it is always important to reflect, it is always important to take risks and to have resolution. So as I close tonight, I will leave you with this. Reflection and resolution are not time events. They are not. They are ongoing process that require dedications, hard works, and practice. They are ongoing process that require dedication, hard works, and practice. You have to be dedicated to what you do. You have to be dedicated to whatever you put your hands in. You have to be dedicated to achieving your goals. You have to put in hard work in achieving your goals. There's no success without work. If you had that mindset that I want to be successful but I don't want to work, you are a fool. I'm sorry to say it because there's no success without work. You have to strive to become successful. There's no successful person on earth you say, I just sit and become successful. No way. That's a lie. It's a bloody lie. You have to work hard. You have to put time. You have to make yourself dedicated to whatever you do. You have to practice doing good. That's another thing. We are in the Christmas season. Christmas season is about love. Have you tell somebody that you love them? Have you give somebody reason to smile? Have you see that? So to conclude again, but regularly taking time to to reflect on our experience translates our learning into actions. We so that we can create a life filled with purpose and meaning and growth. If you take time to realize your actions, you will learn from them. You'll be able to have a purpose of living. You'll be able to have that meaning, that true will, that true meaning of living. And you have to get that personal growth and self development that you need. So as I end today, I leave you with these words. Please do not overlook or underestimate yourself. You have a very full potential. That potential that can move mountain, that strong potential, you have it in you. Don't self-limit yourself. Self-limitation brings about disgrace. Self-limitation brings about not knowing your boundaries, not having self-love for yourself. It is always important to reflect, and in reflecting, you should also have self-love for yourself. Because if you have self-love for yourself, you will realize what you have done and be able to learn from your mistake. So please have a reflection on your life. Please have some resolutions. Please have some positive energy to do things that are not, to do things that are right and acceptable in the sight of God and in the sight of you. So I will close again by saying, compliment of the season, Merry Christmas, and a happy, prosperous New Year. Thank you. Please share the live. Thank you for watching. We hope to have you back again very shortly. Very shortly. See you. Bye bye.